Oh, thank God he slowed down. Sorry. God, thank God you let me in. Which actually reminds me, I respect truckers. And this is a total random thought out of nowhere, but I respect truckers. I do. They do a job that a lot of people can't do, or don't do, or would not want to do. I don't know what the situation is, but they do a job that it requires a lot. So I respect truckers, and when I see them on the road, especially when they're trying to change lanes, I try to help them out. Well, I had a little situation a couple days ago, and it involves Polecat, actually. Me and him were going to drop his car off at the shop to get painted. I was following him out there, so he had a ride back. And we're on the freeway, and we're in the number 3 lane. There's 4 lanes, and we're in the number 3 lane, which is the second to the right. And the number 4 lane is merging into the 3, because the farthest right lane is merging into the next lane over to kind of narrow down the freeway a little bit. So lanes merging, people are, getting over and everything's going on. And then I see a big truck go past and, works his way in and everything. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm sitting there, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, there's nobody on my side. I'm good. Nobody's merging. Out of nowhere, another big truck comes out and he tries to squeeze in. At this point, we have no room. We had maybe room for 2 cars trying to squeeze in, let alone a huge truck. So he comes in, tries to squeeze in. Look at this area, by the way. I know I'm getting total ADD, but look how beautiful this area is. Look at this. Wow, just a little lake and these trees and how green it is out here. Can I stay out here forever? This is awesome. Oh, welcome to California. There it is. I love that sign. The poppies on it. Love poppies. So anyway, he tries to squeeze in at the last minute, and I'm thinking, there's no room for this dude. It's not happening. There's no way. So I decide that Polecat's in front of me, and the trucker is trying to come over, and he has no room. I can see it. He's going to run out of room and be on the shoulder shortly. So I slow down, and I leave more than a truck gap for him to, all he has to do is slow down and move over to the left, and he's in that lane. I gave him all the room he could ever need. Nobody was in front of me. No one was turning into that lane. It was completely empty, all for him. I pretty much slowed down to 20 miles an hour to let him in. And this is on the freeway where people are doing 40. So I'm trying to help him out. What he does is he then decides to keep his cab in that lane parallel with Polecat's car, and then just starts coming over. Well, guess what's there? Polecat. This guy just starts coming over into Polecat's lane, and pretty much, not even pretty much, straight up forces Polecat out of his lane. Forces him out of his lane. And we have to exit coming up. So we were in the right lane because we were exiting. What is happening here with a black Vic parked in a dirt? What the heck? That was weird. So we had to exit. So we were in the right lane to get ready to get to exit. We had another 1 or 2 exits to go before we needed to get off. So Polecat then tries to get in front of the trucker so then he could be in that right lane and get ready for the exit. Well, the trucker then doesn't want to let Polecat in. After forcing his way into that lane and shoving Polecat out of the lane, he then doesn't want to let Polecat back in. So Polecat eventually works his way back in, and then does what, honestly, I mean, you could kind of say what Polecat did was a dick move, but I honestly don't think so, considering what happened before. Polecat brake checked the trucker. I would have done the same thing, to be honest. The guy was totally out of line, and ends up, what typically happens if we get split up in traffic, whoever's in front will pull off to the side and wait until the other people catch up, and then pulls back out on the highway. So we were waiting, Polecat decided to pull over and wait for me, which I was behind the trucker. Well, I guess the trucker thought that as, okay, we want to fight now. So he decided to pull over into the shoulder as well. So I'm sitting there going, I know what Polecat's doing. He's trying to meet back up with me, but what the heck is this trucker doing? He thought Polecat was pulling over to confront him. So now this trucker's all angry and losing his mind. I can see him in his mirror. He's losing it. He's super mad. And then we just have to end up just kind of getting away from him in traffic and then getting back over and exiting. It was ridiculous. Like, I respect truckers because, like I said, they do a job that requires a lot. But when you act like that, that was just unbelievable. You had more than a truck length to get over, yet you chose to specifically push a car out of a lane. And it's just like, come on. That is such a dick thing to do. And if Polecat didn't move, if he had stood his ground, which in a way he kind of should have, that trucker would have straight up hit him. Obviously, Polecat doesn't want to get his car hit as we're taking it to a place to get painted, but that trucker had no right. It was unbelievable. And I caught the whole thing on dash cam too, which was the greatest part. So yeah, it was just ridiculous. It was just absurd. It was such a stupid thing to happen. And I was furious. I was sitting here watching going, God, I respect truckers, but this guy's an idiot. So I was furious behind. Polecat was furious. The trucker was furious. It wasn't... If we all ended up stopping, it wouldn't have been a good situation. All of us out there furious, shit would have gone down. But it is what it is. It happened. Some truckers aren't nice. That's just what it is. That's the truth. Just like all drivers aren't nice, not all truckers are nice. So, but we're here. We're at our delivery. We are delivering at Wahlberg in Reading. Here's Eddie's something, whatever he's doing over there, Eddie. We should probably go into 6. There we go. Wahlberg. So, let's go ahead and try to figure out... I'm assuming the drop-off's going to be in the back. That just is what makes sense. We're going to go back there and we're going to figure out what we need to do to be able to drop this trailer. I'm assuming... Oh, that's not good. Why do we have a trailer there? That looks like a bad place for a trailer. Oh, and a truck. Okay, so somebody's just sitting there. It's not legit. Looks like my truck. It does, look at it. Looks like my truck. It looks almost exactly like my truck, but it's a Kenworth. Huh. Okay. So this is our drop-off here. We are hauling a big-ass trailer, too, so this might be a little bit of an issue. Okay, let's think about this. We don't have much room to back it in. And we can't really... And we got this guy watching us, too. Great. We're going to have an audience. We could try to... I guess we're going to have to... Interesting. Okay, let's... What we're going to do is we're going to flip the truck around and we're going to back it in blind, which I really don't want to do, but look, there's no way I'm going to be able to, from here, there's no way I'm going to be able to get the trailer turned that tightly to be able to back it in like this. I'm going to have to back it in blind. So, we're doing all right, though. That truck is way over there. I don't need to be concerned about it. So, let's just go ahead and flip it around. Get a little practice, back it into a bay. Close enough. Probably turn the flashers on too. Okay. Straighten the truck out, and good. All right, so we're gonna have to back this thing in blind, which is really gonna suck. I'm just gonna try to get it positioned here. Now we have a ramp, which is a problem. God, these mirrors are so hard to see. Okay. Oh, here we go. Day cab. Oh, hold on. We need to reposition. We need to reposition. I know not everybody is a fan of the day cab, but I love it. And this is probably prime example number 1 why I love it. Okay. So, we're going to use the mirrors until we get far enough away. That flashing light on the ground is the center of our trailer. So we will try to start turning it here a little bit. We're still a little bit too far. Okay, there we go. Let's turn it here. Okay, let's get an eye on that back of that trailer. Where is it? There it is. Okay, this is why I love day cabs right here. If you weren't in a day cab, you wouldn't have this window, and you would have to do this real blind. This is already not a good situation just because I don't like to back in a trailer on the passenger side, but at least I have a window to help me. Because then I can position the rear tires. There you go, just like that. And then we can straighten out. It's not going to be perfect on the first shot, but it'll be decent. We're pretty close to this trailer. Okay, so reposition ourselves so we can use this side. And then we'll back up right to that door. Right there. Right there. There we go. All right, let's put the parking brake on. We'll turn the hazards off, and there it is. Oh, that's a nice... I really wish the green ground effects weren't on, because that is a nice picture, because it's a nice white truck and a nice blank white trailer. Are the doors open too? No. The doors looked open for a second. Yeah, that's a pretty nice parking spot. I like it. So, go ahead and drop the load. So we went 343 miles, took us 7 hours and 32 minutes, and 43 gallons of fuel we consumed. It really didn't seem like that long. That was actually pretty short, but what it said. We do need to get fuel, some diesel, because we're pretty low. Probably repair our truck. We could just go there, I'm assuming. Yeah, let's just go to the gas station down the street and fill up. We'll pass by this recruitment center too, which will help us out later. So, and then we'll give a quick check. Actually, yeah, let's do that. And then we'll give a quick check after we fill up. We'll do a quick check of the freight market leaving Reading, and we'll see where the next stop is going to be. So, I'm going to zip over to the fuel station real quick and load up on some diesel because, oh god, we're actually really low. We can only go, what is it, 36 miles. No, 36 gallons. We can go 310 miles. That's not bad, but for a truck, that's not great. So we're going to zip over to the gas station, fill up, and then we'll look at what's leaving Reading. All right, let's see how much fuel we're going to need. I'm not really sure. I need to bring up, there we go. Bring up the little menu. Let's see how much fuel we're going to put on and how much it's going to cost. So diesel is $2.89 a gallon, or $2.82 a gallon, and we needed 163 gallons, costing us $457. Well, that's a little bit of money. That's not cheap. Okay, let's go ahead and check the job market real quick. And let's see what is leaving Reading. If we don't have anything, we'll take that is a long trip. Jesus. All the way down to San Diego. Los Angeles. I really don't want to go to Los Angeles. Been in Los Angeles too much. That is an interesting trip. I haven't been there. Yogurt. Not bad. In a Walmart trailer. Oxnard, Bakersfield. Jackpot. Wouldn't be the worst. San Rafael. We haven't been to San Rafael. Doesn't pay much. Eureka. We could go to Eureka. That'd be a nice little short trip. Or Sacramento. I say we're going to do the 39 tons of yogurt to, I guess, just Ely, right? Ely, Nevada, is that right? I don't know. Ely? I'm not really sure. But we're going to take that. That's at Wahlberg, which is just exactly where we came from. So we'll go ahead and head over there. We'll pick up our trailer. And we will start our trip back into Nevada. I'm kind of staying up in the northern areas. Just because, you know, I spent so much time in the southern areas, especially like Southern California areas, and I really kind of stayed out of Nevada when I was doing a lot of the single player. When I was playing by myself and not recording, I was trying to stay in the same area so I could experience the new areas while I was recording. So I'm kind of trying to stay up a little north a little bit, you know, go up north, go into Nevada, check out Nevada when I can, because I didn't really get to experience much of it yet. So, all right, let's go ahead and pick up our trailer. It's probably this really short one, the Walmart one right here that we saw when we first got in. Okay, let's see. Walmart, Nevada. And it is that one. I thought so. Thought it was going to be. All right, let's hook onto our trailer. Oh, a little bit more. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and attach. Okay. All right. We are looking good. Let's just give a quick little visual to what we're driving today. Nice Walmart trailer. So that looks good. Look at that, Wahlberg. I wish the building said Walmart, but we're not there yet. I don't know. They might have released that model already. I don't really know. Haven't checked, to be 100% honest. So this is 39,000 pounds of yogurt. So a little bit heavy, but shouldn't be too bad. Our last one was 49,000, so we're about 10,000 pounds lighter than before. Again, day cab life. Gotta love it. Get the mirror out of the way so I can see there's a car there. God, I'm so glad I noticed it. I think we're clear. I think we're clear. I think we're clear. Okay, we're good.